Welcome to the Silent Scream, where the quietest stories leave the loudest echoes. Tonight, I want to share something unsettling, something that's never quite left me. It happened on a cold night when I took one of my usual late-night walks. It started out normal enough, but by the end, I was questioning what walks among us. Not every monster hides in the shadows. Some wear a smile, and sometimes that smile is the last thing you see. This is the story of the smiling man. I've always liked walking at night. The streets are calm, the chaos of the day dies down, and the city becomes a quiet, sleeping giant. There's peace in that. No traffic, no noise, just the occasional breeze or the bark of a distant dog. It helps clear my head. That night I was restless. Around 2 a.m., I stepped outside, bundled in a hoodie and jacket. The world felt frozen. The air was biting cold. Each breath scraped my lungs like glass. The streetlights flickered dimly, casting long, twitching shadows across the sidewalk. Everything felt still, too still. The kind of silence that makes your ears ring. I walked about 3 blocks from my apartment when I noticed him, standing under a flickering lamppost. At first I thought he was drunk or homeless. He was tall, unnaturally tall, over 6.5 feet, dressed in a black suit, strangely formal for that hour, with no coat, no gloves. He was swaying slightly like he was listening to music I couldn't hear. He looked like he was dancing, but something was off. I slowed down, squinting to see his face. That's when I saw it. He was smiling, but not a normal smile. It was wide, too wide. His mouth stretched far past where lips should end, like a wound carved deep into his face. His eyes were open, unnaturally wide, frozen, unblinking. Not angry, not sad, just empty. I froze. That smile wasn't human. It was like someone had taught him how to smile, but he'd misunderstood what it was supposed to mean. I looked away and walked faster, heart pounding. Maybe he was just high, or mentally ill, but that gut feeling, that primal fear, it told me to get away. Then I heard footsteps behind me, slow, dragging, deliberate. I turned. He was walking toward me now, but his walk, it wasn't right. Each step was exaggerated, knees bending at awkward angles, limbs swinging too far, like a puppet on strings, like something pretending to be human but getting it just slightly wrong. And he never stopped smiling, never blinked. I crossed the street quickly, not running, but fast. I tried not to make eye contact again. I told myself he was harmless, that he'd keep walking. But when I glanced back, he had stopped again, just standing on the opposite sidewalk, still facing me, still swaying to his invisible beat, still smiling. I picked up my pace. My chest tightened. A full block later, I looked over my shoulder. He was closer, still smiling, still walking, still doing that lurching, twisted puppet dance step like his body didn't know how to move right. I crossed another street. So did he. Every turn I made, every alley I ducked through, every direction I changed, he followed. He never spoke, never sped up, just mirrored me with that impossible grin. I ducked into a 24-hour convenience store. I didn't need anything. I just needed walls, light, people. I pretended to browse chips and snacks, pretending everything was fine, but my hands were trembling. The buzzing fluorescence felt like safety. For a while, I stayed inside for 10, maybe 15 minutes, long enough for my heart to slow, for my mind to try and rationalize it all. And then I stepped back outside. The street was empty. He was gone, completely, like he'd never existed. I didn't just walk. I ran home, locked my door, closed the curtains, left the lights on, and I barely slept. Every creak, every passing car made me jolt upright. I kept expecting to see his face pressed against the glass, but he never came back. Still, that smile, it's burned into my mind. That wasn't just a creepy man. That wasn't just a coincidence. That smile didn't belong to a person. It wasn't full of anger or madness. It was void of meaning, like something that had studied humanity from a distance and tried to copy us, and failed. Since that night, I've read online, I've looked into it. Others have seen him too. Different cities, different streets, same black suit, same grin, same unblinking eyes. A woman in Chicago said he followed her all the way to her apartment door, just stood at the end of the hallway staring. When she turned back again, he was gone. A man in Arizona swore he saw that tall, swaying figure outside his motel room all night, just watching. The stories are always the same. He doesn't talk, he doesn't blink, he doesn't chase. He just appears and waits and follows. Like he knows something you don't, like he has time, all the time in the world. And maybe he does. Some things walk among us without reason or purpose. No destination, no words, just a grin and eyes that never blink. I don't know if he's human. I don't know if he ever was. But I do know this. If you're ever walking alone at night and you see someone tall, swaying beneath a broken streetlight, smiling just a little too wide, don't look too long. Don't speak. Don't run. Just walk away. Keep your eyes forward. Because once you see him, he never forgets you. Thank you for listening to The Silent Scream. If this story chilled you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a whisper in the dark. And remember, don't look back.